Welcome, beautiful souls. Whether you're here for laughter, inspiration, or just a moment of joy in your busy day, we're so grateful you've joined us. Imagine a world where love isn't just whispered in quiet corners, but celebrated in vibrant colors, infectious laughter, and unapologetic authenticity. That's the world Milana Khametova and Kikakim have built. One viral video, one heartfelt confession, one glittering dance at a time. These two radiant spirits didn't just find each other. They built a universe where millions now gather to feel seen, celebrated, and fiercely loved. Milana, with her Siberian fire and cinematic vision, and Kika, a soul-born ray of sunshine whose energy could power cities, are more than influencers. They're architects of joy, rewriting the rules of love in the digital age. Think about the last time you scrolled through your feed and stopped dead because something felt real, not staged, not filtered in a numbness, but alive with messy, glorious humanity. That's their magic. In a landscape crowded with curated perfection, they dare to share their ordinary mornings, their silly arguments over burnt toast, their tears after a hard day, and the way they dance in grocery aisles like nobody's watching, even though millions are. It's this bravery, this refusal to hide, that turned two women living their truth into a global phenomenon. Their love story isn't just theirs. It's a mirror held up to anyone who's ever felt too much or not enough. And it all started not on a red carpet, but in the quiet chaos of everyday life. Rewind to 2018. Milana was already a force in Russia's digital space. A model and photographer with an eye for storytelling, but something was missing. She'd post breathtaking landscapes or fashion snippets, yet the comments felt hollow. Meanwhile, Kika was in South Korea, juggling university and odd jobs, her Instagram a burst of street fashion and cafe-hopping adventures. They were oceans apart, living parallel lives neither knew would collide. Then, a chance DM. Not romantic at first, just Milana admiring Kika's style. A conversation sparked. About art, about loneliness in crowded cities, about the ache to create something meaningful. Months of texts turned into video calls that lasted hours. They met in person in Thailand, a just friends trip that ended with them tangled in hammocks, confessing everything under a jungle canopy. That trip birthed their first collaborative video, a shaky, sun-drenched montage of them learning Thai cooking, laughing as they failed. It went semi-viral in LGBTQ+ communities. Not because it was polished, but because it pulsed with the questions so many were asking. What if I choose joy? They started documenting their long-distance struggle. The 5 a.m. alarms for time zone cross calls, the visa nightmares, the savings drained for flights. Followers didn't just watch, they invested. When Kika moved to Moscow in 2019, their channel exploded. Suddenly, Mikika wasn't just a ship name fans invented. It was a revolution. Their 24 hours in our life, vlogs became sacred rituals for viewers. Why? Because they showed the laundry piles alongside the romantic dinners, the stress of work deadlines before the glittering parties. This wasn't reality TV. It was reality, period. By 2020, their apartment was a content studio. Milana's photography skills transformed their feed into a visual feast. Every meal, every sunset, every lazy Sunday felt like a movie scene. Kika's humor turned challenges into comedy. A broken heater in a Russian winter became a blanket fort adventure with 10 million views. They leaned into their differences. Milana's introverted depth balanced Kika's extroverted spark. When the pandemic locked the world down, they didn't just adapt. They redefined connection. Their live streams weren't Q&As, they were digital bonfires. Kika taught K-pop dances in pajamas. Milana guided meditation sessions. They cried on camera when they couldn't visit Family Point Zero. But behind the confetti cannons and brand deals, storms raged. Early on, hate comments cut deep. You're a phase, one read. This isn't real love, sneered another. Kika would delete apps for days. Milana fired back until she realized it drained her. They hired a moderator, but the emotional toll lingered. Then came the burnout. In 2021, after posting daily for 18 months straight, Kika broke down. I forgot what my voice sounds like when I'm not performing, she admitted on a now-famous vlog. They vanished for a month. No posts, no clues. Fans panicked. Rumors spread. That silence, though, saved them. They returned with a new boundary: offline Sundays. No cameras, no updates, just them and their cat, Chashu. Another battle? Cultural clashes. Kika's Korean family struggled with their public relationship. Milana's Siberian roots carried old prejudices. So why do millions rally behind them? First, their alchemy. Milana is the poet. Every caption a love letter. Every photo composition whispering emotion. Kika is the firework. Unpredictable, explosive joy. Together, they're a masterclass in balance. Second, their radical intimacy. They share fertility struggles, bank account fears, and therapy breakthroughs. When Kika got top surgery in 2022, they turned recovery into an educational journey, partnering with LGBTQ plus health orgs. Third, their business genius. Revenue streams, diversified and ethical. Brand collabs, only 20% of content. Pay premiums because their engagement crushes algorithms. Their merch, cozy hoodies with phrases like love out loud, sells out in minutes. Patreon tiers offer raw behind-the-scenes footage, pulling in $50,000 monthly. What's next? A brick-and-mortar joy space in Bali. A cafe meets creative studio where fans can attend workshops or just sip matcha. They're scripting a rom-com series inspired by their meet cute, with a twist. All queer leads, no stereotypes. Podcast negotiations are underway, but they insist on full creative control. No ads in Teru. The Siberian Soul soundtrack ritual. Before filming, they play traditional Siberian folk music mixed with K-pop to sync energies, a ritual born during long-distance days. Chashu the cat's empire. Their cat Chashu isn't just a mascot. He has his own merchandise line, toys, bowls, and paw-tested all designs. Profits fund animal shelters. Visa hostle mastery. Kika holds 4 passports: Russian residency, Korean, Schengen visa, and a special talent visa for Bali. Due to their nomadic life, all documented in a viral immigration guide. They reject 98% of brand deals. Instead, they negotiate equity shares in eco-friendly startups they partner with, e.g., now own 12% of sustainable activewear brand Milana, once filmed a 3-part series teaching followers how to build a winter shelter using IKEA furniture, forage urban edible plants, dandelions from parks, make heating pads from rice and socks. Before fame, Kika served mandatory military service in South Korea. She uses tactical training to plan their content calendar, Operation Viral Storm. Their best-selling hoodies contain recycled fabric from Milana's old photography backdrops and Kika's childhood handbox, traditional Korean dresses. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe channel.